Now, continuing on this development out of the Middle East, just a short moment ago, I had the chance to speak with Kenneth Gray over Zoom. Now, for those of you who don't know, he is a lecturer on Homeland Security, criminal justice, and emergency management at the University of New Haven, just to get his initial reaction on the news and his perspective as a former FBI agent on where we go from here. What are your initial takeaways from Trump's press conference just now?
So President Trump confirmed the fact that the United States hit 3 targets inside Iran. He confirmed that the nuclear site in Fordo, Isfahan, and Natanz were all hit. He has said that there are additional targets that we will strike in the event that Iran does not come to the table to talk peace. That those other targets would be easy to hit, and that we are ready to work with Israel to do so if necessary. But he was offering the chance for them to come to the table once again to talk terms of peace.
So a big thing a lot of people have their eyes on are a potential retaliation or counteraction from Iran. What do you think are going to be the next steps? Is it potential that U.S. embassies nearby could be in trouble, or maybe our troops might get involved? What do you think will happen?
So there's a number of different places where we could have problems. One is our troops overseas, and also our strike forces that are our carriers that are in the area. So we have both naval assets that are in the area, and we have troops that are there in various places throughout the Middle East. They might be reachable by the IRGC or by Iranian forces, and that is something that they could reach. Here in the homeland, they cannot reach us with any of their ballistic missiles, so that is not a problem for us. And they do not have the capability of striking at us with any naval assets in this area. What they could strike at us with would be that of sleeper cells. And you will recall that we've had 4 years of open borders to the southwest border where sleeper cells could have crossed into the United States to place themselves ready to go, and that this event now with the United States attacking these sites there in Iran might be the trigger for them to become active. So that is a possibility, is sleeper cells becoming active here in the United States, or sleeper cells in Europe attacking U.S. embassies. So it may not be necessarily attacks here in the United States. It may be against U.S. assets abroad, but sleeper cells is a possibility. And the other possibility is that of cyber attacks. Now, cyber attacks have been something that I've been waiting for throughout the exchanges between Israel and Iran, not just this time, but in the previous exchanges, and they haven't happened. And so whether they haven't happened because they don't have the capability, or because the internet is down for them there, or if they were holding them in reserve for this particular event, it's not clear. But cyber attacks is always a possibility. That Iran has been active with cyber groups to attack the United States, but it's all been minor attacks of hacking into different companies, doing different things that are harassment, not major outages. But our critical infrastructure can be attacked through cyber. And so we will see whether they are able to utilize their cyber attack teams to be able to strike at the United States or not. That remains a possibility.
So I guess one last question before we go on too long. I just want to ask, earlier today, the president, he said on Truth Social that, quote, now is the time for peace. Is it that simple, point blank?
Yeah, here's the thing is that if he's talking about peace with the current regime, or is he talking about peace with Iran after they get rid of the current regime? The majority of the Iranian people hate the regime that is currently in control. They hate the theocracy that runs their country. And so these strikes may have opened that opportunity for them to be able to overthrow the Ayatollah, overthrow the theocracy that they have now. That, in addition to the fact that Israel has taken out the majority of their military leadership, their intelligence leadership, and all their nuclear scientists. And so this may be the time from that aspect for peace. But the problem is that there is not a ready-made group to take power in the event that they do overthrow the theocracy that is there now.
Okay, Dr. Gray, thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure talking with you about this.
Anytime.
These nuclear sites play a crucial role in Iran's nuclear program, with Natanz holding uranium enrichment, Fordow buried deep underground for protection, and Isfahan serving as a hub for nuclear research. The attacks come after Israeli airstrikes on Iran's facilities, and as U.S.-Iran talks on a nuclear agreement faltered. This military action marks a significant shift, as Washington previously only aided Israel in defense against Iranian strikes. Reaction to President Trump's decision to strike Iran was swift. Many Republicans, including Senator Lindsey Graham and John Cornyn, praised the move and called it courageous and correct.
Senate Armed Service Chairman Roger Wicker then emphasized that the strikes were a deliberate and necessary action against the existential threat. Even some Democrats, like Senator John Fetterman, actually supported the decision and cited Iran's role as the world's leading sponsor of terrorism. However, not all agreed on this. Representative Thomas Massie, a staunch opponent of foreign interventions, argued the move was unconstitutional. As tensions rise, the debate continues over the U.S. role in Iran's nuclear ambitions. Now, while there's been no official acknowledgement from Iran, the military action comes after a week of Israeli airstrikes, which weakened Iran's air defenses and missile systems. Trump's decision risks sparking wider regional conflict as Iran has vowed retaliation. Meanwhile, tensions rise with Iran-backed forces threatening U.S. ships, and diplomatic talks between Washington and Tehran having already failed. Trump called the strikes historic and urged Iran to end the war, but the road ahead remains perilous. Now, you'll find more coverage of the U.S. attack on Iran on our free Fox 61 News app. The QR code you see on your screen right now, give it a scan to download the app, or you can always go to fox61.com for updates 24/7.